Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to access information about assessments from the Mental Measurement Yearbook. The Mental Measurement Yearbook is essentially an encyclopedia for assessments. It's a go-to book as new tests come out or revisions are made and published to take a look at reliability, validity, what works, what doesn't work about a particular assessment. So it's a great tool to be familiar with, to know how to access, to review when you're wanting to know a little bit more about the strengths and limitations of an assessment you're thinking about using. So as you can see, you're just going to start here from the portal. Once you're at the portal, you're going to click on Library Resources. From the Library Resources page, you're going to look for a journal and newspaper article. Then click on EBSCOhost, then follow that to EBSCOhost Web. As you can see, logged into the portal, it carries our login through EBSCOhost for Lindsey. We only want the Mental Measurements Yearbook, so we're going to click Databases A through Z, which is going to separate out the titles as opposed to looking by subject, which might be helpful if you just want to look in the subject area of psychology or counseling or any of the mental health professions. Mental Measurements Yearbook starts with M, so we click on M. It's going to take us right down here. We're going to tick the box that says Mental Measurements Yearbook with tests and print. Scroll down, hit continue. A lot of times when I search on EBSCOhost, I just include all of the databases if I am doing a research paper, because sometimes I might want something from biology if I want to look at neuropsych elements or drugs or substance abuse, whatnot. Sometimes education even has some helpful things, but if you know that you want an article from a specific text or a database, then you would want to select that, which is what we're doing here. So once we get to the search field, I'm just going to click in here. Let's try the Beck Depression Inventory. I need to spell it correctly. 2. Alright, now hit search. Fortunately, Lindsey has access to all the Mental Measurements Yearbooks, which is great. So as you can see, we've got the youth inventory and the regular adult inventory. We're going to want the adult inventory. The Mental Measurements Yearbook went electronic, I think, after edition 8. So we have everything, I believe, 8 and beyond electronically at Lindsey. If you wanted to look at an older test, you would need to contact the library. They'd need to pull the hard copy of that book, scan it in, and email it to you, which is not a problem, and they're absolutely willing to do that. But I've actually never had a class where someone has needed to do that, because the tests we're looking at typically have been revised at some point since they came on board and are in a later edition. So here we are, Beck Depression Inventory 2. We see that it's got some basic information here, what it looks at, the time that it takes, hand scoring, price, really nice basic information about the test. And then what the Mental Measurements Yearbook does is that it solicits 2 reviews for each test. So as you can see, we've got the first review starting right here. And you scroll down and you read that, and then you've got the references associated with that first review, and then it jumps right into the second review of the depression inventory. And you've got that, a summary there, references, and then just some more information right here. It even talks about Spanish recording forms that are available for this measure. So some good information, and oftentimes these reviewers are pointing out things that we might not just naturally know or realize about a test that can help us determine what the real strengths are for the test, and also what the limitations are. And as we're using these tests in different contexts with different people groups, we really need to be aware of what limitations and weaknesses a test has, especially as we are using this information to diagnose and at times for some real life implications for these individuals. So that's how you access them. You can look up any assessment that you want right there, and it's going to find that. So Let me know if you have any questions.